I usually cherry pick SaaS ideas when making a video, but these are SaaS ideas, not cherries. So no cherry picking this time, I'm sharing everything I found. Here are 50 SaaS ideas you can steal, borrow, build and roll in 2025. Okay, 30 is almost everything. I wanted to do 50 ideas, but my editor said he would shish kebab me. I don't know what shish kebabbing means. Is that a threat? Or is he flirting with me? I don't really want to find out, so 30 ideas is what you get. And I bet you're still gonna see lots of things you like. They're all real SaaS ideas from the front page of the internet. The developer in me demands some sort of grouping, so we'll do it based on target market. I'm going to speed run the shit out of them. For each, I'll mention the name, what it does, how does it benefit users, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do I think it is to build. Link to all of them in the description so you can check out the ones that tingle your dingle. Copy them, modify them, subscribe to them, I don't care. As long as you watch to the end. I gambled everything away during Chinese New Year. I need some of that ad revenue to get it back. Also, this video took a lot of work. Not by me personally, I barely did anything. But it took so long that 3 scriptwriters died of natural causes along the way. They missed all their kids' birthdays working on this. This video is their legacy. So I ask you to like and subscribe in honor of these 3 men. Dandelion, Moonflower, Prickstick, and Ian, who still had his whole life ahead of him. Let me know in the comments if you get this reference, and let's start with my favorite target market, businesses and enterprises. Number 1, Vvolt. Vvolt is an AI-powered document scanner and expense tracker that automates data extraction from emails, documents, and images. It uses pre-made or custom parsers to extract data that users can edit and export to various formats. Businesses benefit by saying bye-bye to manual data entry. Team members can now organize receipts, invoices, contracts, and all other documents in seconds. Difficulty rating, 7 out of 10. Number 2, XAI. XAI turns the company purchase process into a chat interface. When an employee wants to spend on something, X automates the process of sending an approval request with an AI assistant called Mia. X can integrate with all the usual task management tools companies use, so it can inform people throughout these platforms. Business owners and managers have more visibility into what their team members are spending on, and their team members get to enjoy a much simpler purchase process. Difficulty rating, 8 out of 10. Number 3, Cold Connector. Cold Connector uses AI to personalize cold emails. You tell it the companies you want to approach, it uses AI to research their companies, so your cold emails aren't just a template with different names. It will actually personalize the message to include the lead's value, needs, and challenges. Cold Connector claims these triples cold email conversions. I don't know anything about tripling, but if you send out the same number of emails, but now they are of higher quality, your success rate should go up. Difficulty rating, 5 out of 10. Number 4, Delivery Man AI. Delivery Man AI is also a cold email SaaS, but this one focuses on quantity. No more warming up emails, buying accounts, or manual setups. Users just need a domain, and Delivery Man automatically generates multiple subdomains, with each subdomain only sending out 10 emails per day. This allows users to send 10,000 plus emails per day while avoiding spam filters. But to be clear, you are spamming. This is definitely not something you want to use the company email account for, but for founders and startups with nothing to lose, you can now easily send 10,000 emails per day. Difficulty rating, 7 out of 10. Number 5, StackDeck. StackDeck is a SaaS management tool that helps businesses manage their software subscriptions. It gives businesses a clear look at all software in use, usage insights, cost-saving opportunities, renewal deadlines, and security for data protection. And yes, it integrates with accounting software, HR systems, and social logins. Businesses benefit by optimizing SaaS spending, no paying for tools they don't use, and always getting the best deal on the market. Difficulty rating, 10 out of 10 if you want to do an honest job. Number 6, Total's app. Total's app is a Mac OS only service that provides real-time revenue updates directly in your Mac's menu bar. Super lightweight and hassle-free with no login required, and all data staying on your device. The definition of a micro SaaS. For a business owner or entrepreneur, you get the convenience of seeing your revenue total from multiple sources in real time. Difficulty rating, 3 out of 10. Number 7, OctoIQ. OctoIQ is an AI proposal management tool that creates a knowledge base from a business past proposals. Of course, a knowledge base is only useful if you fill it with knowledge. And those who write proposals knows that Chasing people for information is like giving a cat a bath. OctoIQ has a solution, this really cool feature called Magic Link, where you send a question in an email and the recipient's answers goes directly to the knowledge base. They are SOC 2 compliant too, which opens the door to more serious clients. This makes future proposal requests simpler and faster. Difficulty 5 out of 10. Number 8. Hypermod. Hypermod helps developers handle large-scale code migrations. Why would you need to migrate your code? Well, maybe you want to incorporate your current website into the new website. Maybe there's been a change in government policy and you need to make changes. You are now facing an enterprise-scale code rewrite or migration, and Hypermod will help monitor the transition and flag potential vulnerabilities or poorly written code along the way. Although it's used by developers, a tool like Hypermod really benefits businesses. A well-done code migration reduces downtime and makes sure the code base is free from spaghetti and marinara sauce that can cause million-dollar issues down the road. Difficulty 10 out of 10. Number 9. AI call center. AI call center lets users conduct phone calls with AI. Interviews, surveys, appointment making, shit, you could probably get the AI to tell your kids you love them. And it would be pretty funny if it hallucinated and told them they were adopted. You give it a phone number, tell it what you want to achieve during the call and what to do afterwards. It works for various industries, and businesses already outsource this to third world countries to cut costs. So outsourcing it to third world apps would allow for even more cost cutting. Difficulty 6 out of 10. Number 10. Instruct. Instruct simplifies making step-by-step guides for team members. It's very straightforward. You make a guide and add your team members to it so they can access it. It's sold primarily as a business tool, but they've got a section on how families can use it, which I personally find that kind of weird, but maybe I just have a dysfunctional family. Mostly I see this being used for simple employee handbooks or onboarding checklists for new employees, or department-specific ad hoc guides. Way better than downloading a PDF from the company's Google Drive. Difficulty 3 out of 10. Number 11. Temporal. Temporal is a multi-location employee scheduling tool. What the hell is that? Well, if you are a business where employees need to take shifts, it's important to know who's taking which shift. So if this guy's sick, that guy's taking his dog to the vet, and those two are on a union strike, you need to know. And that's what Temporal does. So managers and employers can see and manage everyone's schedule in one calendar. From here, you can manage holidays, time off, current project, future projects, and pizza night. That's it for the business SaaS ideas. We now go from my favorite market to what I consider the fuzziest, most insufferable market of all, developers. Maybe I'm overgeneralizing, maybe it's just me who is fussy and insufferable. Anyways, because these are developer focused, I have to throw some tech jargons around. Some markets just have a higher barrier to entry and you gotta be a bit more nerdy for these. Number 2, Superbugs. Superbugs is a headless API-first issue tracker that simplifies reporting bugs and making sure they get resolved. Developers can now automate bug reporting with API tokens. Say a user sends in a complaint to your customer support tool like Zendesk. With an API token, Zendesk can automatically forward a complaint to Superbug instead of some poor junior developers who are being forced to manually create the ticket. You can also embed a Superbug widget to collect feedback directly from your UI. From there, it works the way a typical issue tracker works, but a development team would definitely benefit from a tool that can automate issue reporting. Difficulty 9 out of 10, just because Superbug gives you so many options of how to report a bug. Number 3, Spling. Spling is really straightforward. It does spell check for your entire site, which is nice. It also helps you to optimize a site's meta tags. Also nice. Meta tags are HTML snippets that tell search engines and browsers what a page is all about, where it's located, what service it provides, etc, etc, etc. It helps businesses optimize their SEO and link previews on social media and instant messaging apps. Difficulty? Maybe I'm missing something, but 3 out of 10. Number 4, Detached List. Detached List is a Figma extension that allows users to publish websites directly from Figma. And by users, I mean designers and developers. Normally, how it works is you design something in Figma, then export and hand it over to front-end developers who will convert it into code. Then connect it to whatever database are needed, then test, then deploy. With Detached List, we can just build and deploy directly from Figma. This is not going to work for big teams or complex sites. But if for solo founders building simpler stuff, or if they are more designer than developer, this can save them time. Difficulty 7 out of 10. Number 5, Archive. Archive is a no-code AI agent creator. This is where you give them a drag and drop interface and they create their own AI workflow. Users are able to access different LLMs, create custom databases, create short and long-term memory storage, and of course, set conditions and make API calls to integrate the workflow into their existing software products or as part of another workflow. That's the thing. The benefit is clear. You can create AI agents without coding. While the obvious use case might be businesses, I can see developers and founders using this tool like Archive to add AI capabilities to their app. Difficulty, I'm not that well versed into what goes into an AI agent, but since when has that stopped someone from sharing their opinion online? 10 out of 10 for me. Number 6, App Reply. App Reply automates responses to App Store reviews on Google Play, Apple App Stores, and Huawei App Gallery. It offers templates and AI-powered tools to personalize replies without taking up personal time. Users can set rules on how App Reply responds based on review keywords, rating, and frequency. And you can set a few templates to rotate. This is very useful for development teams who help businesses maintain their apps, since we often take on the responsibility of responding to user reviews. Something like App Reply saves time responding, so we have more time to fix bugs. Difficulty level, 4 out of 10. The next target market, you. My team and I at Upside Studio help businesses grow past $5 to $10 million in annual revenue with custom software. We've worked with over 30 leading brands from different industries. They all face the same sticking point: tech. Specifically, generic, off-the-shelf software was no longer enough to solve their problems. If they wanted to keep growing, it was time for a custom solution, where we come in. Most developers charge per hour, which puts a lot of risk on you, since it can end up costing a lot more because of discoveries. At Upside Studio, we use fee packages based on 8 years in app development. Once we know your requirements, we'll see which package fits best, and if we are wrong, the price you're quoted at the start is still the price you pay at the end. If your business is also currently stuck at 5 to 10 million a year, and you feel like custom software could help break past that, let's talk. There's a link in the description to sign up for a free, no strings attached strategy session. We'll go over your current constraints and you get honest feedback on whether custom software can help. Apply through the link and we'll be in touch. I'm only taking 3 of these calls per month and it's first come first served. So if you want to work with me, act now. Back to the video. Job seekers. You might be thinking, job seekers aren't a good market because aren't they broke? Probably. But broke people still have a bit of money, and here are some SaaS ideas to squeeze it out of them, Andrew Tate style. Number 1, ProRes AI. ProRes uses AI to build resumes. Job seekers might wonder why not just use ChatGPT, which ProRes addresses at the start of the FAQ. ChatGPT isn't purpose-built for resumes. So if you don't know what a good resume looks like, you won't be able to tell if ChatGPT is generating good stuff or garbage. Fair enough. Super simple. Honestly, difficulty level 1 out of 10. And this might be the most Shopee level discounts I've ever seen from an app or SaaS. Number 2, Careerific. Careerific uses AI to act as a career counselor. It helps you decide on a suitable career and path. Then it helps tailor resumes and cover letters for those roles. Not much else. For the right price, it could help a lost job seeker find their way back to modern day slavery. Difficulty 2 out of 10. Number 3, HirePath.ai. Let's say Careerific helps you land an interview. HirePath can help you prepare for it by creating a mock interview based on a real job post. I'm not sure whether it's going to be an AI video or just audio, but you can interact with it and ask and answer questions. If you're the kind of person who gets nervous during interviews, this could provide some useful practice. Difficulty 2 out of 10. Number 4, OfferLanded. OfferLanded uses AI to help you cheat in interviews, basically. It's still got mock interview features, but the live interview assistant is the real MVP. Basically, it processes interviewers' questions as they are asked and recommends answers to users based on their resume and work history. The user can decide how fancy or basic the answer should be, but yeah. Difficulty? Don't do this. Over then. The next market, marketing and sales teams. I could put this under business or enterprises, but these feel more targeted for a specific department instead of the whole organization. So here are some SaaS ideas to help marketers market and salespeople sell. Number 1, stock leads. Here's a small tip is what I told my girlfriend last night. Linguistic rent coming. This tool is a social media email scraper. The SOC clearly comes from the word social. But if you broke down social into its syllables, which is how we pronounce words. The syllables are S-O, so, and C-I-A-L, show. This name is trying to say it's a social media tool, but most who see it will pronounce it the way you say socks, because that's a syllable that already exists. Try to avoid this when you name your SaaS. Anyways, SockLeads is an email scraper that seems to focus on the number of popular platforms it targets. You can use it to get emails from YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, Cringein, X, TikTok, and interestingly, Google Maps. This would be great for a marketing and sales team that doesn't yet know which platform would do best for their business. Or they know their user base is extremely wide, and so instead of putting all their eggs in one platform, they want to spread out. Difficulty, 6 out of 10 for these sources, but it can go up based on where you want to scrape data from. Number 2, fire shot. See, this is how you combine words well. Fire shot. Easy to say while clearly saying what it is, which is to simplify transforming long-form videos into multiple pieces of short-form content. It uses AI to recommend the best way to split and transcribe videos into shorts for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. And of course, users can insert brand logos so it's clear who the content belongs to. A tool like this is a necessity for any podcaster or long-form content creator. I'm thinking on YouTube and Twitch, but I don't know. Is porn shorts a thing? Like, are our attention spans so messed up that we can't even watch porn for more than 5 seconds? Anyway, difficulty level 10 out of 10. Number 3, Post Penguins. Post Penguin is a social media spam tool. I don't mean that in a bad or good way, it is what it is. Basically, you tell it what you want to talk about and it will use AI to generate posts around the topic optimized for different social media platforms. To me, this is useful for sales and marketing teams who need to pump out volume. I don't care what you say, you will sacrifice content quality doing it like this. But some companies just want to see their teams post 1 million times a year. And a tool like Post Penguin can help with that. Difficulty level 1 out of 10. Number 5, link wall. If you know Linktree, then the concept behind link wall should be easy to understand. It creates a duplicate Instagram feed where you can insert affiliate links for each post. So a follower checks out your feed and they see something they like. They click on your link wall link in your bio. This takes them to your link wall, and now that same post has a link for them to buy what they saw on Instagram. This is useful for influencers who show multiple products. One link isn't enough for them. Difficulty 2 out of 10. Okay, last market, or maybe I should say markets. Niches. These are definitely for businesses, but they are really industry specific. For me, if the market size is there, go for it. As the great Mahatma Gandhi said, first you pick your niches, then you make your riches, then you get the bitches. I know he said some other stuff about peace and love, but niches, riches, and bitches is what I remember him for. So if Gandhi were to launch a SaaS, I bet he would make something like this. Number 1, ChatSpire. ChatSpire is an AI-powered auto-charting tool that detects patterns and trends for traders. I'm no trader, so I'm going to judge it as a noob here. It looks like it uses established formulas to predict stock performance, focusing on popular stocks like Microsoft. And if you really just want to let it do its thing, you can. But you can also define your own roles that the AI will then incorporate into its calculations. So basically, if I were a trader, I would have to research and crunch numbers, evaluate, then decide. With ChatSpire, I go straight to valuation and decision. Difficulty 10 out of 10 because I have no idea how dynamic these formulas are. Number 2, Tabernacle. Okay, Gandhi probably wouldn't launch this SaaS. Tabernacle is a church management software. A church or ministry is an organization, and just like a restaurant or a tuition center, it's got lots of industry-specific administrative tasks that needs to be handled to keep things running. And that's what Tabernacle does. How else are you going to keep track of the holy water supply? But no joke, seeing this made me check for other faiths, and holy crap, there's a mosque management tool, there's a synagogue management tool, a temple management tool. Difficulty, a typical management tool might be 8 out of 10, but a church may be higher. Number 3, release. Release helps artists with releasing their music. I thought you just went hee hee and then you're a millionaire. Turns out there's a lot of work that goes into getting your music out there. Negotiating royalties, deciding on streaming platforms, tracking usage, and more. And release helps artists deal with all that. I guess they play a role as a digital manager. So if I was an artist and I don't want to handle the business side of things, I can just focus on making terrible music for horny teenagers. Difficulty, 10 out of 10 because this is not just online. Number 4, Resiview. Resiview uses AI to connect people who needs home improvements to the right blue-collar professionals. It uses something called an RCIS report, which I understand is UK-based. Makes sense for a platform like this. So basically, it's what we call a reverse marketplace. Instead of buyer going to the seller approaches the buyer with an offer. So say the wiring in my house short-circuited. I send Resiview a request for help. They'll reach out to the technicians in their network, get quotes, then let me see the quotes. If I see someone I like, I accept or negotiate. Difficulty, 10 out of 10 because marketplaces sucks. And that makes 30. You know what? I'm glad my editor convinced me not to do 50. I have a love-hate relationship with app and SaaS idea videos. My heart and my head tells me they're useless. But my mom used to tell me I was useless, and look at me now, at the pinnacle of success. So I have a few more idea videos, but they're gonna have unique angles. Then I'm gonna take a break from them and focus on software development, which is actually doing stuff. And to you, if you've never built something, I urge you to watch this. I cover a systematic process to develop an app in 12 to 16 weeks. It's the same system I use with my team, and every developer will have some variations of it. Try building something and you'll learn a lot more than you ever could from a list of ideas. Please like and subscribe. I'm sure Ian is looking down on us, smiling. But he was quite a naughty baby, so maybe he's looking up at us, screaming. Cheers guys, see you next time.